Welcome back to more Lions franchise here on Madden NFL 22. And we are very good. No way around it. Just one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league. We are 4-0. Haven't looked at the sliders in a while. Probably on video mode. I would have showed these in week 1. I don't know what video mode means, by the way. But in like from the playlist, in the video timeline, it probably hasn't been too long. Just a few episodes. But in actual time, it's been quite some time. So these are them. For player skill and CPU skill. I could bump up pass blocking a little bit. I feel like we haven't really been getting a ton of pressure, though. And we could turn quarterback accuracy maybe up to 80. Something like that. But, yeah, we're just, like, really good. So, it's tough to find the, like, middle ground between being really, really good, but still having the entertaining games. I think we're just in the window right now where it's our prime. It's as good as the team's going to get, probably. You know, maybe can get a little bit better. But over time, what's going to make this franchise interesting, in my opinion, is figuring out the team salaries. That's what I think, because we're not going to be able to keep all these guys. Garrison is going to get a monster contract. It's going to be huge. It'll be a really, really, really big contract. Brian Burns will be due for a really big extension. We traded for him. Is he just a one-year rental? And, I mean, that's just kind of scratching the surface. Those are the two highest overall players in the entire team, and those are two players with expiring contracts. And then we have to bring back Dorian Tompkins. He's not going to be cheap. We're going to have to make a tough decision maybe on Amani Oruwariye. Derek Davidson. Rashad Reese is going to be expiring. Thankfully, he's a running back, so we can pay him as such, but still use him as a receiver. Russ Clemens, you guys know edge rushers get really, really expensive. And then some of these guys who have 2 years left on their deal, we have to think about that coming up as well. And we're going to have to make some very, very difficult decisions. But I just outlined, what, 4 or 5 guys, burgers and fries? No, but like, you know, several different players that are we going to be able to keep them or not? It's going to be tough, especially when we're paying Zach Martin. I know we gave him a big contract extension or big free agent offer. Are we going to be able to afford him? Jonah Jackson's like as good as gone, right? So this will be an interesting offseason, but we are still very far from the offseason. But speaking of which, we'll pop into scouting and we will check out some of our options. I like Javonte Ingram when we checked him out. 6'3", 241. Maybe a more traditional linebacker than what BJ Dickerson is. Could move him back to safety and Ingram can play, you know, a true linebacker. Let's check out the outside linebackers. Maybe find a steal. Taj Alexander doesn't look too bad, of course. How did I get the old scouting? Many of you plug your ears whenever this happens, but I've made this franchise. I say this in every video because I still get the comment. I made the franchise at the start of the game. I've been continuing it. I didn't make this yesterday. About Mike Kirkpatrick. Looks all right. But if we're drafting a linebacker, I think it's got to be Javonte Ingram. It seems like the gap is probably going to be pretty substantial. Mid-first rounder Dalton Money. It's a fun name. Late first round Mike Kirkpatrick, but Javonte Ingram's an early first round guy. Top 10 player in the class is what that means. So he's probably going to be pretty excellent. Braxton Turner is back today. He was injured last game. We get to see the rookie Dakota Peppers play in his absence. But with the Ravens, it's going to be real tough, man. They're really, really good. Obviously, Lamar Jackson's going to be a pretty tough player to stop, especially with those slider boosts as well. It's all Madden. Crazy sliders towards the advantage of the CPU. And we won't have Daron Payne either. So that is a pretty big hole on our defense now. Nose tackle is really, really important for stopping the run. J.K. Dobbins could be pretty effective today. And we're not going to really worry about Darren Fox, who's not playing. He has a start. Really not going to matter too much. And before we pop in to play Baltimore, let's go ahead and upgrade some of these players. A lot of upgrades. Speaking of Daron Payne, this one's not really going to matter for right now. But, of course, he plays every week. So we're going to look to upgrade, I think, power rusher. We need him to be a better overall pass rusher. We know he can stop the run, so that's not really a concern of mine, but rushing the passer, being a better pass rusher, I think is going to be super important. I'd like the block shed to be a bit higher, but we can worry about that a little bit later. We'll do Agile for Penei Sewell. He's temporarily up to a 93. Of course, at the end of last episode, because we had a Paul Garrison completing whatever goal, we now have a bunch of temporary boosts, including run block finesse into the 90s, pass block power into the 90s, pass block finesse at 99. Penei Sewell is looking incredible. Happy to have Braxton Turner back, but what do we upgrade on him? Hit power is low. I want the hit power to be in the 80s. I want block shedding to be in the 80s as well. The tackling's so good. Is there anything that upgrades hit power? I think it's just random. I want block shed. I'm going to go in a run stopper. I do want pass coverage too. But block shedding +2 I think is going to be really important. 78. I mean, Derek Barnes doesn't really matter. I'll let the CPU upgrade that. But for Assad Riley, we might want to change it. Remember, undrafted rookie free agent. I think for him, getting his release upgraded is going to be pretty important. Let's just do deep threat. We'll go into the same archetype. He jumps up to a 79, +3 deep route running, which is now up to an 83. However, release was not changed. And then for Russ Clemens, I think I have been upgrading speed rusher to impact finesse moves. But block shedding could be a lot higher as well. I think I'm going to go back in a power rusher this week, though, and try to upgrade power moves and get that as high as possible. Doesn't change that, but +1 speed could be pretty fun. 83 speed now for Russ Clemens. And we will auto upgrade Derek Barnes. It does it automatically. There's a little bit of lag, and it just, I think, always upgrades the main archetype. We'll go in a play full game. Back-to-back home games here hosting the Ravens. And main goal, win the game, obviously, but shut down Lamar Jackson, if that's at all possible. Oh, interesting. Lamar Jackson working out of the gun with J.K. Dobbins in behind. It's a quarterback run. Little zone read there from Lamar Jackson. He paid the price. Desmond King, the Detroit native, signed a contract with us in the offseason. And, man, listen, controversial take potentially. I really like gray uniforms a lot. Like, I think these look awesome. I haven't worn these very much in this franchise, though, which is a mistake. But apparently people don't like gray unis. These look great. So I don't really know what some of y'all are talking about. But it is 3rd and 14. We are covering everything except for that. No one ran with it. And that is a massive gain. He's still on his feet. 33-yard catch and run for Quintez Cephas, the former Lion. Lions franchise early season legend, Quintez Cephas. We lost a lot with Quintez Cephas. He had a big 3-touchdown game against the Vikings in one of the first episodes. I'll never forget it. That's not true. I probably will. Tyrone Wilbur with the sack, but B.J. Dickerson is down. Dick is flaccid. We'll have an injury update in a minute. Let's play action. Get back. We'll throw away from Jackson. Quad strain. So Dick is out. Peppers is in. Spicy. We just cannot survive without these injuries, man. Look at this underthrown ball. Or a Warrior in coverage. None of these quarterbacks can actually hit a receiver in stride. I mean, with Jared Goofball, it was understandable. Lamar is a great passer. By far one of the most underrated players in the league. It's amazing because he won the MVP just a few years ago. I think leading the league in passing touchdowns with 36 or 38. It's like Lamar can throw quite well, actually. But I don't know. The narrative says, oh, he sucks. Which is, I don't know. I don't even know if it's annoying. I think I've reached a point where I just kind of don't care about bad opinions. It's kind of like, you know what? You just don't know. I'm not going to worry about it, right? But, yeah, Lamar should be able to at least make that competitive. And we'll go to Raphael Wilkinson again. They're not covering him. We're just going to keep feeding him. 1st and 10, still passing. I mean, Raphael Wilkinson was running on top of TJ Hawkinson. I didn't really feel comfortable throwing to either. We take a 10-yard sack. I would prefer not to. Might want to set up, you know, some runs too. But it is 2nd and 20, unfortunately. He got bumped, but it doesn't matter. Richie Owens, good speed, and that is a first down. Get outside. Be faster, Rashad Reese. There it is, good speed. The spin move should be way quicker, by the way. He's got 90 plus spin. His spin move shouldn't be this, where he's like, I don't have enough space to turn around completely. I mean, I do, but I got wires and shit. I mean, you're gonna see me choking myself out with the wire. It's not gonna be nice. It'll be like I'm a witch in Salem, Massachusetts. It's 1st and 10. We're rolling out. Throw on the run. And we missed the touchdown because Paul Garrison cannot throw, apparently. Did we really need to sprint out like that? Nope. That is a good point. 2nd and 10. Play action. That's open. It's Rod God. It's out of bounds? What are we doing here, dude? What do you mean? I actually read the field here. Play action. I wanted Richie Owens there. I wanted to lob it so bad. But I'm like, he's kind of close. We'll wait. I'm like, Wilkinson. I wanted to throw Raphael Wilkinson right here into the open space. He got bumped, though. And I'm like, Rod God's coming wide open. We'll hit him. Off his back foot, kind of. But what happened here? Does he not have possession? Right foot is certainly down. I mean, I feel like the left is... The left actually is down. Like, that's down right there. I can see it's down. But the argument would be maybe he doesn't have possession. He has possession here, and the left is dragging. That's worth a challenge. I called a timeout. I'm going to lose 2 timeouts here because they're not going to overturn this. Can I even challenge it after a timeout? I can. We're going to challenge it. I think that second foot came down in. And I'm okay with losing another timeout. A little button lag on the menu. It is what it is there. But that should be a touchdown. Now, it could be a little bit weird with the ruling on the field, but we can clearly see the left toe underneath the ground. Should be a touchdown. Will they call it a touchdown? Unlikely. I mean, we've seen this story. Oh, no, they are. Touchdown, Rod God. We'll take the lead 7-0. All right. Hey, I'm not going to complain about that. The CPU actually made a right call? I don't believe it. 2nd and 7. Aleem McNeil actually just made a pretty decent play. It was a 3-yard gain, so it's really not worth showing, but it wasn't bad. As Dakota Peppers cannot make the tackle, there's Aleem McNeil again, playing for the injured Jerron Payne today. It's 3rd and inches, though. It seems like they're probably going to run the ball again. I know you maybe wouldn't expect it because they're operating out of the gun. This could easily be an inside zone. That's another freaking zone read. Tompkins can't make the tackle. Roman Bully does, but it's a first down for Lamjack. I don't really like that I said that. Lamar Jackson. Let's be formal. Mr. Jackson. Oh, that was nearly a sick play. It's going to end up costing us. Bully can't get him. Rashad Bateman touchdown. Wow. I don't know who was in coverage. Really good coverage. They're going to end up allowing the touchdown on this. Diving attempt. It was Cameron Ford. Listen, I can't hate that, man. That's high quality effort. But obviously you don't get a participation trophy. Unfortunately, he just took out the next closest defender to make the tackle. And Rashad Bateman just ran to the end zone. Ravens going to tie things up, but man, great effort. It just ended up hurting us a lot. Working play action. They kind of bid on it. Dude, Wilkinson outrun him, man. Oh my goodness. That really shouldn't have worked out, and it did. We're going to keep feeding Raphael Wilkinson. I really expected him to just get an extra step, and it never happened. Thankfully, it did not come back to bite us there. We had a big gain. Nobody blocked. 3rd and 12. This is probably when we just take a shot. I'm actually going to throw. Rashad Reese. What a catch in traffic. He made an amazing catch last week. Same type of deal. Great catch there. In man coverage, I expect him on the corner route to make that sharp cut and get open, and it just doesn't happen. That's a mistake. I tried to touch pass it over the linebackers, but the other LB just ran with it. That could have been really, really bad. Threw an interception last week like that. Thankfully, did not happen that time. As we'll lob it to Reese. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to break another tackle. Rashad Reese is electric. How do you cover these receivers? How do you stop this offense? Best tight end in the league, maybe. Like, a few awesome receivers. There's Richie Owens. I didn't actually want to throw the ball there. I wanted to hand it off. I thought holding X would... Is it X? Yeah, it's X. Holding X would have handed the ball off. I always get confused with the buttons like that. Garrison, we're just going to have to throw it away. Like, going back to NCAA and then back to this, there is a change in what the controls, what the inputs do. Wide open. TJ Hawkinson, you got to go through him, TJ. Ooh, legs taken out. Run up the middle. Good block. DeAndre Swift cut right off the back of that. Makes it 2nd and 4. I love this jet touch pass. Do we have the numbers? I don't know if we do. We're going to try it. We just need good blocks. We need this to be sealed. Oh, that happened. Reese, good speed, and it's a touchdown. Rashad Reese finds the end zone. That play has a ton of potential. You just need everybody to do their job. It doesn't even have to be blocking like it was there. We kind of saw those receivers run him off. The distraction worked perfectly. Rashad Reese gets a touchdown. We retake the lead. Trying this blitz for like the 8th time. Braxton Turner, nice tackle. Braxton Turner, wearing number 59. Is he not just the white Greg Hall? If you don't watch Riverside, you'll be like, who in the world is Greg Hall? Only the best linebacker in college football history. How does Wilbur not make that tackle? Get outside. Oh, big tackle, Dakota Peppers. It's the 5th round rookie. He's wearing number 6. I mean, he's got to be amazing, right? If you're in the NFL playing linebacker wearing a single-digit number, you got to be sick. But that's actually not the case a lot. Anthony Walker. Anthony Walker's fine, by the way. He's not that good. Where's number 4? I mean, there have to be more crazy examples. I'm trying to think of somebody that I know for a fact, and he might not be a linebacker, but wears a single-digit number that is actually awful. I'm sure there are actually a number of different players that fit that bill. Why can I not think? I can't even place a team or the player I'm thinking. I just have like the idea of it, but I can't come up with the actual player. As that kick will have the leg. It's not Justin Tucker. That is Zane Gonzalez. Good from deep. Ravens right in it. Down by 4. As we'll get likely a return before the 2-minute warning. We'll have plenty of time here. I honestly think this is going to work out so well. It's Hawkinson clears out, and then Wilkinson or Godwin's really the read. If it's man coverage, it'll work even better, and Rod God's wide open. I kind of want to juke back in, but we only have 2 timeouts. Oh, it was a 2-minute warning. Shoot. I just got sidetracked, distracted, and forgot the situation. 1st and 10. Throw it on the break. It's really tight coverage. 3rd and 3. I'm just going to take the 1st down. Rashad Reese dropped it. Reese, dude. Man, it is Marlon Humphrey, but that was a really good opportunity for points. Are they going to come in and try to block this? Have you forgotten that I am the best punter on YouTube? Check it out. Jamie Gillen headed for the corner. And that one is going to bounce down beautifully at the 3. Don't get too crazy, all right? Don't have to put it on the 1. I've done that plenty. Just back him up to the 3. We only have 2 timeouts. Otherwise, I would be calling aggressive defenses and trying to call timeout. I mean, I might call it one here. Oh, did Baltimore call one? Interesting. In the running slant, there's no way to stop that in that spot. They can Not going to worry about timeouts. They can just drive to like the 40 and punt or not do anything. Make a play. What a ball from Jackson, and it's dropped, thankfully. The timing on that was actually perfect. We're going to play a little bit more conservative. I am going to press the corners just because I know we can. Our corners are sick. Orawari is right there, man. Make a play. 3rd and 10. Oh, they're going to run the ball? Okay. Well, that was way more successful than I would have liked. That's going to take us to the end of the first half. Boley made a nice tackle, and that is it. We're up by just 4. Pretty good back and forth game so far. It's tough to stop their offense just because, like, Lamar is capable of doing so much out of the construct of the play with the wheels, and especially with these design runs, man. If we take away one thing, they just, keep it with the quarterback. If we play the QB, they hand the ball off. They scramble. They can still throw the ball, and we've seen that. Receivers haven't helped him out a ton. But this is still anybody's ball game, unfortunately. We have to try and separate in the second half. We'll defend the outside run. Hopefully that will account for like read option, zone read stuff as well. We'll start with the football and just look to score some points. 14 points in the first half isn't horrible, but it is not nearly good enough. So I asked you guys on Twitter, which follow me on Twitter if you don't, twitter.com/Bengal YouTube. As I record this, and you guys are probably watching it pretty soon after, very close to 75,000 followers on Twitter. I'd be tweeting jokes and stuff. But I tweeted out, said, who are the worst NFL players, non-quarterback, kicker, punter, that wear single-digit numbers? Jalen Smith is a pretty good shout. I feel like that's probably who I was thinking of. He wore single digits with the Cowboys, although he got signed by the Giants after going to the Packers and wore like 45, which, as you guys know, or may not know, is not a single digit number. But Jalen Smith, I think, is probably who was in my mind, but I just couldn't place it because it's not true anymore. That's a sack. Dude, Richie Owens probably ran the worst route of all time. It's so bad, we're going to take a second look. Against man coverage, check out Richie Owens here. Non-pressed at the line. Just got to run a slant. It didn't look awful in slow motion. Check it out in real time. Like, God, dude, it looks like it's slow motion. With that hesitation. That's what I was looking at the entire time. And to be fair, there's not a lot here. Good coverage. Also, getting a lot of Carlos Dunlap responses. Carlos Dunlap used to be so good. Owens. Where is that going? Inaccurate bullet pass. Richie Owens is so open. It's picked off by Texas Longhorn legend Deshaun Elliott. God, dude. It wasn't close. Oh, that's so horrible. Good hit, Braxton Turner. The fact that he managed to close the distance like that and force the incompletion is actually really surprising. I thought that was like guaranteed to be a catch. It's 3rd and 9 though. Jackson working out of the gun. Has plenty of time. Will throw to a wide open man, and that is a first down. Drive extender for Baltimore. Oh, this is actually a keeper, man. That's a good... Oh, football came out! No, that was not a coherent sentence that I put together because so many crazy things happened. It was a keeper. Or it wasn't. They handed it off, actually, to J.K. Dobbins. Derek Davidson has finally forced a fumble. He's had the big hitter trade. He keeps laying these huge hits. Never forces a fumble. Finally, the football comes loose. Cameron Ford recovers. And that is a huge play. That is a huge play. Up the middle, DeAndre Swift. Good run. I want to see daylight. I want him to break that off. 3rd and inches. Oh, man. That was really good by 49. I'm not sure who that was. But I wanted the slant at first. And then the linebacker dropped back to cover it. Then I wanted Reese. And he took that away. It's that little hesitation he makes right there. Like, he's taking away the slant. But also, it's not like we can gain a lot of yardage with Reese. Who is that? That's pretty amazing coverage. Smith. I mean, that's so... I think it's a made-up player, honestly. We're pretty deep into the franchise now that is a pretty big possibility. It is Jared Smith, made-up player. 2nd 11. We'll try a screen here. They're playing pretty far off. And it should be way more than 2 yards, I feel like. We had a ton of space. 3rd and 8. That's open enough, right? Rashad Reese. No, it's DeAndre Swift. He breaks a tackle down the sideline. One man to beat. Couldn't beat him. Big time play, though. I thought there was Rashad Reese out of the backfield. But no, DeAndre Swift working it as a receiver. And Rashad Reese into the game now. Good block from Justin Acosta, the rookie. And Reese put the football on the ground. I think he was down, though. Deshaun Elliott recovers. I mean, as it stands now, it's a fumble. I think he was down pretty easily. They're going to review this. It's going to be overturned. We'll keep the football. Get that in there. Richie Owens. That should be a touchdown, but I think it's coming back. Going to be a hold. And we got the football out so quickly. I mean, I don't know how you hold that quickly. Panay Sewell, my best tackle. Let's see here. Just immediately holds. That's what it had to happen. I threw the ball so quickly. Really? I mean, this is not holding. This is offensive line technique. This is not holding. This is holding. But look where the ball is, dude. It's in Richie Owens' hands. The only solace I can take is maybe the right foot came down out of bounds, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. That is one of the worst calls I've probably ever seen. Try the screen again. Yeah, we did it. It's just not a great gain, but makes it a little bit more manageable here on 3rd down. 3rd and 12. Perfect. Raphael Wilkinson 1st down. We used some clear outs again with Richie Owens and Hawk. Made it very easy for Raphael Wilkinson to come in on that dig, make a play. And it is 1st and 10. Nice hole for Reese. He broke a tackle and I believe got the 1st. 1st and goal. Looking to pass. Wide open Richie Owens, and that is a touchdown. Running mesh, you're not going to be able to run with some of the speed that we have. You're just not. You're going to need, 4 or 5 great DBs, and there's not a team in the NFL that has that. I'm sorry. At least not in this franchise. Is there any team that has 4 great DBs even? I guess it kind of depends on what you think of to be great. The Bills come to mind as having, 3 very quality ones in, obviously, Tre'Davious White being the best of the bunch, in my opinion, in Micah Hyde, in Jordan Poyer. That's a good secondary. The Packers with Darnell Savage, Adrian Amos, Jair Alexander-Stokes played well, but those are not, they're not all, great. I don't know. There's probably forgetting somebody. Nah, Derek Davis taking a spill. Ford, good tackle. Who am I missing that has 4 great DBs? There's not really a team that has 4. That's just a lot to ask for. Like, there are teams with a bunch of quality, like the Bills still, like Dane Jackson even played well, right? The Bucks have a good secondary. The Browns, like Greg Newsom's awesome as a rookie, and Stokes even too. I think I talked about Stokes with the Packers. The Browns though, they have a couple good safeties. Ford makes a nice pass breakup. Got a few good corners. I like Greedy. Denzel Ward is really, really good. It's in the 4th quarter now. The Ravens really need a touchdown. All right, actually, we need to be very aware of the zone read here. Ooh, it's just play action, and that is not who I thought was getting the football. It's Rashad Bateman for the 1st down. Probably a touchdown on the other crosser. But Jackson decided to kind of check down instead. It's 1st and 10. Could be a very similar play here. Very similar look. Send Bateman in motion. He's going to get it. And that is a really nice play by Brian Burns. 2nd and 8. Somebody make a play. Jackson gonna keep it. Getting the outside. We can't make the tackle. Or Warrior, big hit. Turner's there too. Jackson makes it 3rd and 1. We're right there with Tyrone Wilbur. It would have been nice to be able to make a tackle somehow. But no, it's 3rd and 1. I wouldn't be surprised if Dobbins gets this. We're gonna fill the lane at least. Jackson trying to take off. Breaking a sack. Gonna check it down. Dobbins has it, and he's got a touchdown. How does that happen? How is that a touchdown? Absolute craziness. It's like I'm watching prime Johnny Manziel. That is wild. 2-point conversion to make this a field goal game. Jackson looking to run. He will throw. Wide open is Mark Andrews. We had one guy come down to contain Lamar, and then another guy decided to run right after him anyway. When there was another one going after him. Like, what are you doing? Why 2? Cover the open man. Brain dead computer. Per usual. All right. We have no breathing room. Only up by 3. 5 minutes to play. Might have to involve that man quite a bit. We will try to run the football, but you can see the amount of stars that they have. They have a bunch of really, really good players, which can make it difficult to. But not on that play. Good run from DeAndre. 2nd and 9. We're going to go play action. And that is open. Rod God, give me a block. Here we go, TJ. Juked, and we didn't even need to. We should have just tried to slow down. Rod God wide open. Good ball from Garrison. I'm not sure how many catches Chris Godwin even has today. It's not many. But that's really going to help out his yardage. That's his 4th catch, actually. Good blocking on the outside. Good blocking back inside. That has to be a touchdown. It feels like it should be. But we just can't hit any hole with any type of explosiveness whatsoever, which is incredibly frustrating, and it's 2nd and 4. Check down to Hawkinson. He's got good speed, though. TJ Hawkinson, 1st down inside the 10. Patrick Queen, so fast, saves a touchdown. I thought for a second that we probably could have stretched that for 6. The Queen is all over the field. Gonna run the ball. Instant shed. So we kind of need a touchdown here. To the flat. Hawkinson, good power, touchdown, TJ Hawkinson. We had a number of different options, but I think TJ gave us the best chance for a TD there, despite not actually throwing into the end zone. Everything else was covered a little bit too much. They left Hawkinson open, and he ran right through Patrick Queen. Up by 10, under 2 to play. Jackson needed to do a lot to come back for Baltimore. I thought he was going to scramble, ends up throwing it. Basically amounts to a throwaway there. And it's 2nd and 10. I'm okay with Lamar running. If he stays in bounds, time ticks off the clock. Not a friend to Baltimore right now. We'll leave stuff open underneath. But this is where we can start to get into some trouble. But that is intercepted by Amani Oruwariye. And that could be the dagger. He's had a couple picks like that in recent weeks. It's a big time play there. I thought Roman Boley maybe was going to get his 1st interception of his career. Of course, the 1st round pick out of Clemson. We spent a really high pick on him, and it was worth it. We moved around the board a lot in order to land him, but he's one of the best safeties, one of the best prospects I've ever seen. So we had to make a move for him. And yeah, this is pretty much going to be the ball game here. 2nd and 12. Give me a block there. How do we not hold that? You held the block for a second? You got Joe Rogan on the field? 3rd and 6. Do we run the ball here? We definitely should. I'm not going to, by the way. I'm going to stop you right there. Because we have 13 seconds left on the play clock. By the time we snap the ball, there will be 43, 44 seconds. They would have like 3 seconds. Maybe even 0, depending on how long the play lasts. But we will just pass to Wilkinson there and end the game. And that is it. Another win for the Lions. We're not doing it in, I don't know, I don't want to say we're not doing it in impressive fashion, because we are winning, and we're winning by double digits. We beat the Eagles last week by 14, but the Eagles weren't very good. This Ravens team also was not rated very highly, but obviously they've got big time weapons that we have to worry about. Lamar Jackson in particular. But I never really felt like we were in jeopardy of losing that game. I felt like we were in control for most of it. There was a BS pick by Paul Garrison, but other than that, man, I mean, it was pretty much sheer dominance, even though the scoreline suggests otherwise. Garrison, big day, 327, 3 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift ended up running pretty well, about 5 per carry, no touchdowns. Could have run the ball more that game, but it's not like we passed the ball a ton. 32 attempts, it's not obscene, especially when we're moving the ball successfully. Wilkinson just under 100 yards. Godwin had 74. Rashad Reese had a touchdown. Richie Owens had a touchdown. TJ Hawkinson had a touchdown. And then, of course, DeAndre Swift, big catch for 50 yards. Didn't really spend a ton of time on defense either. Game went pretty quickly. 5 total tackles for Braxton Turner led the way. Tackles for loss, Desmond King, Tyron Wilbur, Dakota Peppers, the 5th rounder out of Memphis, and Braxton Turner. Sack for Tyrone Wilbur, and a pick at the end for Monty Oruwariye. Also forced fumble for Derek Davidson, recovered by Cameron Ford. And just another good game. Cardinals have signed Deontay Castle for my practice squad. Man, what are we going to do? Jeez. But week 6, we are going to face the 2-3, 82 overall Pittsburgh Steelers. We can, I think, safely assume that Big Ben is no longer on the team. Although I've seen crazier things happen, but their quarterback is Max Klein. You remember? I think we remember him being drafted. Where was he? NC State? TJ Watt, Minka, Najee Harris. I mean, oh, not Najee, by the way. Najee. People mispronouncing that. Najee Harris. Juju is still here. JC Jackson's in Pittsburgh now. Chase Claypool. CJ Henderson is a new addition. Oh, Jason Thompson. Dude, we were so close to drafting Jason Thompson. Very, very close. And he's good. I mean, 94 speed, 97 acceleration, change of direction's pretty good. Agility's pretty good. And this is all not starting, by the way. Imagine if he was starting and gaining XP, where he'd be right now. Probably 86, 87 overall. Something like that. So that, I don't know, that could have been a missed opportunity, but, you know, obviously we're very happy with Rashad Reese. We're happy with DeAndre Swift. That was just kind of in the event that we wouldn't re-sign DeAndre Swift. He was just pretty affordable, so it made sense to lock him up. That contract does get a little bit more expensive as the years go on, but at the same time, he's been good. So is he worth it? Should we look a different direction? Should Rashad Reese be the main back? These are questions we'll have to answer at some point. Hopefully not too soon. I don't want to tear this team apart. But it's very talented. But as I've been saying this season, how long will it be able to stay that way? That is the question. Is this team a dynasty? Or is it just a ticking time bomb? Find out next time. And that's like next season, next after that, I don't know. Find out at some point, maybe. And I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.
I hit it at the park, Ben Bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with